Thank you for attending our webinar for today. My company is Phoenix Global Shipping, and I'm Sumaya Jabril. I'm a licensed customs broker. Sourcing strategies. So with all these new tariffs happening, what we suggest is that you source from free trade agreement countries, you source locally, you negotiate with suppliers, use free trade zones and foreign trade zones to reduce duties at a later date. Explore options in Egypt because the dollar goes a long way. $1 is 47 Egyptian pounds. And work with knowledgeable individuals, renegotiate your contract with existing customers and suppliers, and always stay informed. So the free trade agreements are Australia, Bahrain, Chile, Colombia, Israel, Jordan, South Korea, Morocco, Oman, Portugal, Panama, Peru, Sweden, and Singapore. So for Phoenix Global, our reach is in for the free trade agreement would be Morocco and yeah, that's pretty much it, Morocco. But if we can get because most of my connection and Phoenix Global connection is in the Middle East, if we can get connections in Jordan and Oman, that would also propel us forward, and that's like our next goal as well. How to evaluate your suppliers. First is quality. Assess the product quality, consistency, and make sure they adhere to the specification. Delivery, evaluate on-time delivery performance, flexibility, and handling rush orders and lead times. So with quality, for example, the Egyptian cotton and linens that we bring to the United States, they feel really, really good because Egyptians, they're known for their cotton. But there might be other things that I might not go to the Egyptian market. If the thing is so technical, I'd rather go to China or India because Egypt, they'll be like they see a picture from my experience. I'm like, yeah, I could do this box, but like, no, there's certain technicalities that you need to meet that it needs to be done a certain way. So we assess based on the countries and people's ability to determine where we go with certain products. Cost, compare pricing to market rates, consider total cost of acquisition, and assess willingness to share cost breakdowns. And then evaluate technical expertise, innovation potential, and dedicated resources. Sustainability, consider environmental and social responsibilities practices. And when you're evaluating your suppliers, make sure you assess the language and cultural compatibility because we have people inland in Egypt going in there speaking the language, and the fact that I speak the language goes really a long way for us to make sure we got the products we asked for, the supplies that we asked for, and there is no mistakes. And if there is, we can go back and ask for things to be fixed. And very, very important. Evaluate compliance with international trade regulations, with the current climate, with the trade regulation, the tariff wars that are happening. It's really important to stay on track. Consider time zone differences and communication challenges. Again, we deal with that because of the 7 hour difference that we have with Egypt, where we have to make sure we stay up late or we wake up early to make sure we're talking to them, or we have to make sure we give our clients the right amount of estimate date because of the time difference. I got to make sure that the people on the ground are able to give me the right estimate because of their time difference. Analyze currency exchange risks and payment terms. So right now the US dollar is 47 Egyptian pounds, but a couple months ago it was 50 Egyptian pounds. That makes a difference. So if I quote a customer when it was 50 Egyptian pounds, but the exchange rate reduces, I have to let my customer know, hey, if the exchange rate reduces, this is the amount of price you might have to pay because it fluctuates. So cost analysis, they're subject to change. Like I mentioned, currently the Turkish lira is 36.44 to $1. Chinese yuan is $7.27. And the logistics and transportation. So if you're shipping 30 kilograms or more by air shipments, if you're usually using FedEx and DHL and you ship with them often, it's about $6 to $7 per kilogram. And you have to have that 30 kilogram or more. Sea shipping is 450 per kilogram. If you're shipping 30 kilograms or less by air shipments, you're going to pay $10 per kilogram. And sea shipping must be 30 kilograms or more, otherwise they won't ship it for you unless you have an N. And these shipping costs add up quick. So it's important that so we combine our customers' orders together so that they can save on shipping costs. Because if you're ordering only 50 t-shirts, 100 t-shirts, only like 500 linens, and you're just doing one at a time, it's gonna eat you up in the shipping cost. So if you're ordering, it's good to order them all together so it could come in once. And if you do sea shipping, it's cheaper, but it takes about 4 to 5 weeks to get here. And you do air shipping, it takes about 7 to 14 days to get here from the time you place your order. And then the compliance and trade regulation costs. Generally, customs broker fees are 175 to 1,000, depending how big your shipment is, but it starts at 175. If you're doing customs consulting fee, again, starts 175 an hour to 495 an hour. The customs broker fee is one time, that 175. And then additional tariffs can impact the total cost. Quality management. Costs related to reworks, defects, and claim production delays due to quality issues. So it's important that if you're ordering for your clients certain products, make sure that when you're quoting them certain prices, it's not just like, hey, I'm breaking even or I'm making this certain profit. No, if there is quality issue, you're able to replace it, and that amount you're charging them is going to be able to make up for that. Otherwise, it comes out of your pocket. Raw material and production costs. Make sure you compare supplier cost, analyze direct and indirect cost, and material and overhead costs. So best practices for cost analysis. Align costs with company goals and objectives. Regularly reevaluate criteria to align with evolving business needs. Gather customer feedback. Engage in regular cost benchmarking to compare costs with the industry. So I always like get, products from different countries, even though I'm like, oh, my customer is gonna like this country better. And then they would surprise me, be like, no, we like the original better. So it's always, don't make assumptions. You'd be surprised what your customer likes. So just create that, feedback loop and that database of what your customer likes. Again, my name is Sumaya Jibril. This is our contact information.